Welcome to another ballistic episode of the CannaBase radio show. I'm your host, Johnny Chaos. With me always is my host, Brian.
Yeah.
With us today is Eva, Queen of Drag.
Howdy.
And so, on today's episode, what topics are we talking about, Brian?
Alright, we got first one. If you can go anywhere in time, where would you go and why? Hitting that blunt in the middle, sorry folks. We got a factor baked. I'm gonna leave the topic out right now, just know we got a factor baked. Actually, fuck it. So it's Twizzlers, and John supposedly has a bunch of facts for some goddamn unknown reason. Eva's gonna shoot a throwback to our Halloween episode. I learned something, a new smoking etiquette tip of the day. And we have an interesting topic right here.
Which I've not heard that topic yet.
The etiquette?
Yeah.
Leave it for a surprise.
Yeah.
And then the final, the big juicy topic for this episode, a hot tub of rice. Now we're going to get into it like it's going to be dry rice, just grains of rice you said, right? And
yeah, dry rice or like if you cooked it in the hot tub.
Is it like Uncle Ben's rice?
Any type of rice. I feel like it would be, I think we're going to have to go through the different topics of rice, like, you know, white rice, fried rice, fucking, you know, all the different types of rices,
Zatarans,
man. Yeah, Zatarans, rice-a-roni.
I mean, if you're going to do it, do it.
You
Absolutely.
just multiply, they already have the recipe, you don't need to do...
You don't have to do much but add water and let it do its thing.
Yeah.
You know. But
So are we jumping off with that, or are we going to save that for later? And I kind of want to hear the Halloween.
yeah, I do too. Let's start off with that.
What was your reaction?
So basically you had thoughts on us talking about candy corn and how it's pretty much garbage.
Yes, I was very hurt by that. First and foremost, if those who do not know my story know that I grew up very poor, and I grew up very gay and very poor. So when my mom would come back home from work and she would bring home stuff from like Halloween potlucks, it would be a gang load, which is probably why, because nobody ate it, a gang load of candy corn. And I would just sit there and eat it and, you know, just tear it up. And so I just really took offense to what you had said, you know?
In our defense,
because it's not trash.
in our defense, we didn't have that perspective while recording that episode.
I understand.
And we're stoners, and you know,
Right.
it's not like we're trying to offend people.
You know what? Also, in retrospect, you never get a little bag of fucking candy corn. You
Yeah.
always buy the
Yeah, the
big
really
old
big
bags.
bags.
So.
But that's the thing. It's like, it's not that, you know, yeah, we dislike candy corn, but that's what it's all about is, you know, the listeners listening in and being like, okay, well, this is my opinion. This is how I feel about it. You know, that's where we want to get comments. We want people to hit us up on the Facebook and be like, hey, you talked about this, I completely agree with you, or hey, you guys talked about this, fuck you. But like, I agree with a lot of other shit you said.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I agree with the whole 28 minutes except for that little 2-minute segment where you guys disrespected my favorite candy in the world, but all is forgiven, you know, here in America. And that's why we go to work and we pay our bills, because candy corn is life.
I mean, I'm just saying, in my perspective, corn should stay a vegetable.
I told him I like candy corn, but like I won't go to a store and look to go buy it. But if someone, you know, when you go to someone's house and they have candy corn there, I will eat it because I like candy corn. But I'm not at the point to where I will go out of my way to buy it.
See, that's me. Now that I make money and I'm no longer poor, I feel like I'm the type to just run, because I did. For Halloween, I went and bought like 3 bags of candy corn and then the candy pumpkins, and I mixed it all in a big bowl and I just
Those
ate it
are
in my
good
room.
too.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about those. The
Yeah.
ones of solid sugar, the
Yeah,
same as
literally
Oh,
just
yeah.
solid sugar
Oh.
cube of
But
pumpkin.
bigger.
It's
Ew.
like
And you just
it's like 3 or 4
I don't know,
candy
dude,
corn.
I can't handle that. Like,
No, that's even
It's
worse.
good.
It is.
I
like
Sugar
I like
wise?
sweet
Ugh.
things, you know what I mean? But if it's that sugary, it's just like, alright, I kind of feel like I need to drop it in coffee.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The
And just
nutritional
let it,
value is
Right.
eat half
let it
of
do its
one.
thing, yeah.
And I read the nutrition facts, mind you. And
There's none. It's bad for you.
it's just 100% sugar. And I said, I'm going to eat it because, you know.
Because you only live once, right?
I like the feedback though.
Yolanda, you only live once, Onda.
YOLO.
Oh God.
It's YOLO, right? I'm so
YOLO.
sorry. Forgive me.
All right. So, this is actually your topic of where would you go in time, like what era? So you've obviously had to put the most thought into it. So what's your?
I personally would go to the Egyptian era,
Right.
only because I watched a gang fucking load of Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's like Egyptian god stuff, and I just
Okay.
really intrigued by like the what is it, hieroglyphics and like
Yes.
how they danced and their makeup, because clearly I'm a drag queen, so it's and makeup, So I would just go back to that era just to see how they ruled with the king and the pharaoh and versus presidents and stuff like that. It's just I would go somewhere that way. And yeah,
That's cool. Yeah, I would like to see like, imagine being halfway through a pyramid being built, and you're just like, that's how.
I mean, of course, right? I would eventually die and get covered in like tons of sand, but it would be nice. It would be very nice. And
I
would be
mean,
most down.
I don't know, man. If I could go anywhere in time, to be quite honest, I'd probably just go back to when I was younger and kick my own ass. I don't know. I've always wanted to kick my own ass.
It's very the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
I'm down.
It's like, hey
Anytime.
man, like
Any era.
or like even just go back and give myself a note and be like, don't get in the rhino with your father. You know what I mean? Just leave a little thing that.
You can go to any time, at all.
But then I do feel that though, because I would do that to myself and tell myself and give myself a note saying, hey, don't take that $20 from that undercover police officer at the park because
Yeah,
you're
like
going to jail.
if you have to go back in a time that was detrimental that molded you to a person. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Like how you feel now, would you go back and change it?
I would.
No, like, okay, so like the main thing that fucked me up as a person was my first boyfriend. Like,
If you could stop yourself from being involved.
like, would I do it now? But at the same time, I wouldn't be the same person if I changed it.
That's true.
I would still be weak and.
But I mean, how different do you think our relationship would be right now if I didn't break my leg? I'm pretty sure I'd still be sitting here doing this right now, just without leg pain.
You guys, I would go to this place called Jerusalem, look and hunt and find a couple that happens to be called Mary and Joseph, and just watch them for, I don't know, 9 months. I just want to see them not fuck, or I want to see the...
I want to see the miracle.
Yeah, you just want to watch her magically get pregnant.
Yep.
Just one day, they're right there, just, carpeting and chill.
She's like, oh! And he's all, what happened, sweetheart? And she's all, I think I just got pregnant.
I want that, and then I'll just come back and be like, yo,
It
it's
happened.
real.
Yeah.
God did this to me, and he'd be like, yes, I love you, baby.
She got raped by God.
Ooh. Religious people.
Oh yeah,
offended.
that's true.
Ooh,
Yeah.
don't worry.
It was a
we
joke.
Don't care.
Touchy subject.
I'm sorry, my
Shit.
religion does not
I
want me
mean-
to partake in comedy, so therefore I don't have a religion.
I mean, I feel like God, Mary, and Joseph, the whole God giving her a miracle baby would be a touchy subject.
But, like, if you could witness it,
But
that'd
I've
be
had
tight.
many miracle babies after, the one night stands with Navy Men. But I don't,
Or what if you stayed at the cave that was blocked off with a rock after he was crucified, and you just watch him until he
Just
gets
watch him wake up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, back then.
I'm trying to use this as scenario.
No, you know
Sorry.
what?
I'm
Honestly.
trying to say back then it was allowed for women to be stoned to death.
That is.
If they're accused of
I mean, in today's society,
here
I feel like
she
that. I
is.
feel like stoned to death means
God
something
gave
different.
Me this check.
I'm sorry, it's just out of respect, I have to.
Stoner
No,
etiquette.
I'm just-
Throwback.
Okay, so yeah, I saw something online where people were talking about like little tricks, like tips or etiquette, basically about a blunt, And one that was really intriguing to me is somebody said, driver hits it first. And I was like, you know what? Regardless of I didn't put in on this, it's not my weed, I didn't roll it, nothing.
Yeah,
it's
your
like, you know what? I'm
homies
driving
asked
us.
for a ride. Like, if your homies asked for a ride and they, like, rolled a blunt in your back seat.
We're all going to a concert. I don't have any money for herb,
Yup.
but I got gas.
And
That
I
makes-
drove, so pass me the blunt first. Like, somebody spark it and let me hit that bitch. You know what I mean?
Right? So, a lot of other ones, which was funny. I don't remember dropping a straight up blunt. I feel like maybe 2 or 3 times in my life. But people, like, there was a lot going on about, don't drop the blunt. And then other people being like, if you drop the blunt, everybody in the circle gets to hit you.
Oh.
And I was like, whoa, I don't even remember that being that common that you got to make a rule.
Yeah.
Like, have you got, like, I feel like it's always, precious, be careful in the transfer of the blunt and shit. I mean, it's just like,
I don't know. I've played games like Don't Drop the Cherry.
different, okay.
So it's like you and like however many people is in your circle, you all hit it without ashing, right? All the way around.
That sounds like a mess.
Right? And so
I don't see how this is good.
whoever drops the ash first loses.
And they get a hole in their jeans?
Nah, you get to punch them in the dick.
Oh.
Yeah, this is definitely, no.
So this is like pretty much the open chest of marijuana etiquette, is what we're saying.
Yeah,
That's
'Cause-
very interesting.
yeah.
The next time I see someone drop my shit, I'm just gonna punch a nunchuck.
Didn't you know the rules?
I just told you, bro. Don't drop. Look at there.
Don't drop the cherry.
Up!
Oh.
Someone gets punched, right? Instantly.
Allow me to hit myself, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man. Oh, okay, I had another one. Stoner etiquette. Don't throw a fucking blunt to pass it. I've smoked with people that would just fucking... And you gotta be, like, on your toes and get it really fast.
Yeah.
And then people make fun of you if you don't get it fast enough. Fuck you. You threw a blunt roach at me. That's a dick move.
Like that's. I mean, what are the chances that I'm gonna catch that perfectly between my fingers?
Miyagi.
And then like Miyagi that shit right out of the air, and then like take a puff of it, like without any hassle. You
I've
know what I
done it a
mean?
few times, but it's been with a blunt like, this size. If
That
it's
you
a-
catch
if it's
it.
a- yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
if it's a full length blunt, I mean, you can catch it. I mean, if it's off guard, smack them up. Because that's disrespect and you're trying to burn me.
Or in a car.
And this.
Yo,
Givenchy-
asshole, what if that
this
falls in the
Givenchy's very
seats?
sensitive.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but if it's like a normal blunt, I'll be like, and if I'm really lazy, I tend to do that. They're like, oh, here, get the blunt. I'm just like, no, just here. Now catch it.
That's different if you ask to be.
Right.
Yeah,
But
that's
then
totally.
If someone just throws it, like, off guard, no.
I don't know. If somebody throws something
me
at
throw
me
you
off
off
guard
guard.
and I notice it's coming at me, my only reaction is to like fucking nunchuck it out of the air. You know, like just karate chop that shit. Like
I feel like if somebody asked me to throw it, I'd just like get up and just be like, this motherfucker's lazier than I am right now, and actually walk up and pass it. Etiquette. Also, I have a horrible. I'm not an athlete. I'm not athletic. I have horrible aim, hand-eye coordination, everything.
Really? I couldn't tell.
So I'd probably fucking like
right.
frisbee it in the
Awesome.
corner.
I don't know, man. There was this one time I was sitting at my house and I was hanging out with a whole bunch of people, and my buddy was using his cell phone, and there was somebody sitting right next to me, and I think it was their cell phone, and he was like, hey, here's your phone.
Oh, no.
And I wasn't even paying attention to anything. Like, I was zoned out, like, just into the TV. Just hella zoned out. And he tossed the phone, and before I even realized it, like, I was still staring at the TV, but I lifted my hand and caught it right in front of my friend's face. And everybody was like, holy shit. And I was like, what? And I looked, and I was all, whoa! Like, how the fuck did I do that? Like, I ninja'd that shit. You know what I mean? Like, my reactions are just like...
It's very Keanu Reeves of the Matrix.
Dude, it gets crazy.
Don't egg
Okay.
him
No, we're not doing that.
on.
Yeah, if you bring up the Matrix, it becomes
Stay
a
on
whole
topic,
thing.
please.
Jesus. Okay,
It's happened
so,
in a couple of episodes, I think.
hold up. Where do I want to go, though? I didn't really say where I wanted to go. Oh, yeah, I did, huh? Yeah, I'd want to see the birth of Christ or resurrection of
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But also, I wanted to say, if you guys can go back to any of those times, really, though, there's a lot of shit and, like, dysentery, and it was horribly dirty. Like, in Egypt, Like, people specifically shaved their heads because of, like, lice or some shit. Like, they just shaved it so it was easier.
Let me
It's
throw
crazy.
let me throw a history fact at you really quick.
Is it about Twizzlers?
No. No. It's about history. Time travel.
I was all excited.
Did you know that the guy that proofread all of Hitler's stuff was literally a grammar Nazi?
Did you steal that from Tater?
No.
From Potato?
No.
I feel like I see that
No.
recently.
Yeah,
That is a good-
because
that's a funny
it's
one.
in my notes here.
Oh, I saw it from
Yeah,
you.
you saw it in the notes.
That's silly.
Right? But it makes absolute sense.
No, it doesn't, because Adolf was such a control freak, he didn't let anyone or edit his shit. No, that's right.
I'm not even going to go for an accent.
Wait, so would you say that Hitler was like the Germans' version of Trump?
Oh, God.
He's
Great leader. I mean, great speaker. That was literally a bad joke. They're both great speakers, and they can get people to follow them blindly. So, shit, I guess there is a similarity there. Hitler could control a crowd. Like, he had a magic power over the mass amount of people, and somehow, people are just like, don't be great.
yeah, right.
But we stay away from politics and religion on this show.
But I will
totally want to see.
I will throw a couple little Twizzler facts at you while I'm at it.
Let's get historical.
Right? So, first Twizzler fact is Twizzlers is made by the Hershey Corporation.
Okay.
The
Okay.
chocolate company?
Yes.
Oh,
They
yeah.
make Twizzlers.
Like, Nestle makes fruity things, too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah it's...
Right?
well, clearly so does my mother, but...
But yeah, so Hershey's makes Twizzlers.
Nice.
As well, here's the factor baked. Twizzlers actually had a hand in the Iran negotiations. Factor baked.
I mean, it sounds freaking oddly specific enough that, like...
But am I telling the truth?
Yes, and that's my final answer.
I'm trying... What's your proof behind it? What's your reasoning? Are you reading his body language that the listeners, both of them at home, can't see?
Keep in mind, I'm fucking lit.
Yeah, we're on blunt number 2.
Because I hashtag stay lit. What's good?
It's true because he said it. So
Shit, well, I mean...
But I say a lot of things.
I'm just kidding. It's a joke.
I wonder how this negotiation was going down. It's like, yeah, we'll meet at your place, but, those little red rope candy things.
No, that's how it was. They were just
Whoa.
like, hey, if you don't give us your Twizzlers, we're going to blow up more buildings. You know what I mean?
So are you being serious? That it was... Am I right or wrong? Because I feel like it's a stupid thing, but is it actually?
What's your final take? Factor baked.
I'm going to go with the specifics of it. You're oddly specific, so sure, let's see if this is a weird thing. Weird things happen.
Right here, it says, Twizzlers, they played a negotiation.
They played a big role in the Iran negotiation. What is the big role? Come on, what the... You better give me...
These are just Twizzler facts, bro.
Oh. Athletes love them. What's the backing here? Come on, man.
Oh yeah, because I'm going to sit here and look up all that shit. I'm stoned.
So it's a big play, and they played a role. Did they butter this role? Is my question.
Melted Twizzlers? What the fuck?
But it is a fact. It is a Twizzler fact.
Here's a basic ass fact that everybody should know.
Eggs are good for you.
Red Vines. Red Vines versus fucking Twizzlers is a thing. And Red Vines... This shouldn't be a I don't understand why they compare them. One is licorice, one's made in a fucking mold of waxy.
I'm gonna be honest. If they made... I don't like them either, but if they made like a raspberry Twizzler, like, I would.
The way they taste, like the waxiness of the molded the cut ends and all that
But
shit. It's just
when you're stoned as
weird.
fuck and you have the munchies, is it really gonna matter?
Okay, so here's one thing: is I don't actually.
Can I just get a bag of candy corn here, please?
I don't like licorice on the regular, but when I'm stoned, if that's like available, I'll fuck it up and just be like, "This is my time for the year." Maybe like
See,
just
I
get down like
licorice
that.
at the movies, when I'm eating it or when I use it as a straw. That's
Yeah,
why my
I have
licorice
like a really horrible sweet
Like a
tooth.
Slurpee.
So
Right,
like
a Slurpee and a
so every once in a while, like we'll go to like the Dollar Tree and we'll just buy a bunch of fucking candy. Usually like Nerds, Gobstoppers, fucking.
You gotta invest in those.
Gotta have the
cavities.
Wonka shit. You know what I mean? I gotta keep the dentists in business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was on this Sour Patch kick for a while, where all I wanted was Sour Patch Kids.
Until what point? Like, doesn't the inside of your cheek get rawed out?
Nah, dude, like I
From
literally.
sour candies, really?
Look, Stacy will tell you, I had a big ass fucking bag, dude, when I was laid up from my leg being broken, and I would just sit there, fucking munch down.
Dude, I feel like if I had a bag to myself, not sharing, and it wasn't even a big old family bag, like just a regular ass bag, yeah, the inside of my mouth would be freaking rawed out. I don't know.
Yeah, I like sour candy. Like, I'll eat lemons. Like they're oranges.
Straight.
Yeah.
Nope.
I would
Like-
like to thank the Reese's Company for destroying my teeth.
Damn, there goes our Reese's sponsorship.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Shit. All right.
One day we'll be sponsored by somebody. Maybe Valley Pure, because
Shit.
Every time-
for Gerdali.
bro, every time I go to Valley Pure and I drop off business cards, they're just like, "Hey, are you gonna promote us on your show?" And I'm like, "I always talk about you guys on the show." I'm like, that's why I want to leave business cards here.
Support local talent. And then
Yeah,
the hashtag
right?
in front of it
So-
you don't forget.
I was over there and I was buying some product one day, and I had business cards on me. And I told them, I was like, "Hey, is it cool if I leave them here?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, totally. Leave some here on the counter. Leave some up front at security." And I was like, "All right, cool." So I left a whole bunch of cards. Left. We went back 2 days later.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
we went back 2 days later, and I was talking to them, and they're like, "Dude, your cards went quick." They're like, everybody was taking them.
Damn.
And I was all, "Oh, fuck." And
Nice.
I was like, all right, I'll leave more cards. So I left a bigger stack. And, yeah, it was fucking dope. I'm like, tight. Everybody's taking the cards and shit. So, pretty stoked about it. And then after the show, I'm going to give you some as well.
I'm gonna stick those
So.
in everybody's window,
Dude, we're gonna be getting a
voluntarily or involuntarily.
we're gonna be getting a Valley Pure in Lemoore.
Yes, we're actually supposed to be getting 3.
Of all Valley Pures?
From what I understand.
The
No
next
shit.
time I perform, you can just take a stack instead of money. You can just take a stack of business cards and just throw them at me.
Just make it rain
Just
business
have
cards.
A business card of it's like, First.
Shoot them out of a t-shirt cannon like confetti.
Alright, so everybody seemed pretty excited about this topic. An entire hot tub filled with
Ooh, damn.
what rice is like honestly, I went to straight up white jasmine rice, the fucking my favorite
Look,
personal.
I'm Asian, so
You guys-
white rice is the go-to for us Filipinos, So what would it be like if you just took a hot tub with no water in it, just filled it with straight dry rice, and then sat in it? What do you think would happen?
It would be like sand and go everywhere.
No, but check this out. Here's my logic, okay?
Yes or no?
Yes.
Here's my logic.
That sounds
If
horrible.
you take a wet cell phone and you put it in a bag of dry rice, the dry rice will draw the moisture out of the phone, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Humans are 98% water. Okay, so if you're
shrivel
sitting,
up.
bro, if you're just sitting in a big hot tub just
Amazing.
full of dry rice,
You are
you're going to dehydrate and probably die.
In how long?
Well, I don't know how long that would take, but I just assume that would happen. You know what I mean?
I would say overnight, because if it takes us, I mean, maybe even longer than that. I don't know.
I mean, it
South
would
of
be
Florida
like,
compared to-
all right, you have to think of, would it be hot outside? Like, what are the weather conditions like?
If it's summertime, someone's gonna die.
Absolutely,
wintertime,
because it would be like, how
someone's
long?
gonna die.
How long would it take you to dehydrate in the desert over summer without water?
Let's see, I'm 300 years old. That happened in the 2nd century I was in. I would say about 78 hours if I'm not gonna be.
About
Maybe
3-4
it's-
days.
Yeah, it'd be a few days.
And then you can always drink your own piss and get the nutrients and vitamins if it comes to that. And, ugh. But it's possible, and then you last another day or two, right?
I mean, credit to Bear Grylls, like, if you take sand and you put it in your shirt, and then you, like, dig a pit, and then put a cup under it, and then you piss in the sand, it'll filter through the sand, through the shirt, into the cup, and it'll be more stale to actually drink. Yeah.
I'm actually gonna try this. I actually need to write this down.
I know, right?
I thought you actually said right now. All right, you
I
guys.
might do it right now.
Yeah, fucking, what was that show, Man versus whatever?
Wild.
Yeah, that one with Bear Grylls.
Yeah.
Fucking taught me a lot of shit about survival.
Factor baked. That shit was faked.
Nah, I mean, probably. But it's a show. Logically, it's fake. You know what I mean?
Man, that's a good topic we can get into if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
On another episode,
Okay.
abso-fucking-lutely.
We'll do that. Not literally next episode because we have a good one for this one. But I want to interrupt. We need to get back to this topic because
Yes.
we got a whole
Sorry.
bunch of rices that we need to
Getting
go
a
through.
little bit of sidetracked
And
there.
folks, we haven't even added water in yet.
Yeah, right. Haven't even added water. So
Right
we're
now
still,
we're at
we're on white
accurate
rice,
temperatures.
white dry rice.
So I'm about to interrupt before we get back because this is what happened. During the negotiation between the U.S. and the Iran war, we're doing these like 15 people, they're doing these hour-long negotiations, and it turns out that they needed sugar to keep going from the Twizzlers. They all happened, like they decided on what to get, and they decided on string cheese and Twizzlers.
Sting trees.
String
String
cheese,
cheese.
did I say it bad?
No, I said that.
Yeah, so they had scarfed down 10 pounds of strawberry Twizzlers,
Damn!
30 pounds of mixed nuts and dried fruit, 20 pounds of string cheese, and more than 200 Rice Krispie treats.
Oh my god.
Holy
I want some Rice Krispies
shit.
right now.
So there's the answer. It's like it was just taking so long that they needed a freaking... They're potheads.
What's even funnier?
That's why they couldn't come to a decision.
What's even funnier
Give me
is
more string cheese.
we
I
all
want
just
Rice Krispies.
we all just now learned that, right?
So did
And
everyone
in
at
like,
home.
dude, in 10 years, I'm gonna be like somewhere having a conversation with someone, and like, I don't know where it's gonna be brought up, and I'm gonna be like, hey, did you know about Twizzlers and Iran? And they're gonna be like, hey, that was hella random, and I'm gonna be like, I know random shit.
Hashtag.
Dude, seriously, just a question like, how stupid is this? How many pounds of Twizzlers were eaten between the U.S. and Iran delegates during a negotiation? What? That is the... You're assuming that this is real? Oh, it happened. I got the
Oh,
facts.
yeah.
I just wanted
Yeah.
to see if you can guess it. It's an obscure.
I have
But
my receipts right here. Pull out my phone.
Tested
Second.
myself.
can you imagine the receipt list? Oof. Segue. Can you imagine the receipt list for all the Uncle Ben's Rice-A-Ronis?
That
What's the
receipt
one with
will
the-
literally
Well,
be longer
first
than
off-
shopping at Rite Aid.
First off,
Right, but it's
if
all
I'm
lists,
filling
not
look,
coupons.
if I'm filling a hot tub with rice, no matter how I go about it, I'm buying my shit from Costco in bulk. You know what I mean?
Your apocalypse zombie shelter haven, yes, that no one
Yes.
else will exist in except for you.
Yes.
I'll probably rob the dog.
We need to
table,
get
just to be
we need to
honest.
get sponsored by Costco. Cause I'm just like all over here. Costco, what's up? You know what I mean? Zombie apocalypse, hide in Costco. Like
Guys, I know you can't see it. He's only saying that because I'm wearing a Kirkland t-shirt.
Of course.
Buy that Kirkland rice? I don't know.
I mean, essentially, yeah, the cheaper shit.
Okay, so
Yeah, fuck the
And
timer.
that
Let's
annoying
run over
sound.
this shit.
is 35-minute mark. So if you're not going to eat the rice, fuck it. Don't you just make like a jambalaya of different boxed rices or something then? Just
I would most definitely make it into fried rice and
Yes.
probably like do some shrimp and probably invite people over. But
so
I
you
would
would
charge-
eat it because you're planning on eating
No,
it.
I would not eat it. No.
No,
Oh,
but you want to, like, get in it.
You Cartman making chili bastard.
Cartman is my favorite character. So we're not gonna go there.
But, yeah, fucking...
Are you sure it's safe? It's safe. Did
It's
he
very
eat it?
safe.
I don't know, man.
He
I feel
did.
like if you, like, put a whole bunch of rice in a hot tub with the water and let it boil and do its thing and, like, soak up all the water and become mushy-ass rice and you're fucking sitting in it with your friends, like, I feel like that's gonna turn into, like, a quicksand scenario.
I would feel that like you would die.
Yeah.
Like the rice would literally drain you and you would die. I would see that. Yeah, it's like a scary movie scenario. Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and say that the measurements are gonna be off, so it'll be like the soap in an overflowing washing machine. Like the rice is just gonna keep like we underestimated this.
It's just gonna keep bubbling up and over.
And then you just hit like a pocket where
Kind of
you're-
like a weird foam party, but it's all rice.
Yes, but then there's a pocket of rice that opens up, and it's just a whole bunch of peas from when you try to make that fried rice, or you know, like you.
A bunch of bacon bits right
Ah,
now.
shit.
Like little
Ah,
pieces
shit.
of carrots and
Yeah.
shit.
Some
Damn.
wonton.
Actually, you can't make fried rice in a goddamn pot.
No.
Fried rice.
But you
why
can
do
make
you-
a whole shit ton of fried rice and still fill a hot tub with it.
Well, that's ridiculous.
I mean,
How much you
This
think it'll
whole
cost?
topic is ridiculous.
Right from inception, when you texted to me, I was like, "You're high."
I was sitting in a hot tub when I thought of it.
but it's a good
Yeah.
topic because I personally, okay, fine. If the hot tub was new, I would probably eat it and I would turn it into a fat ass hot tub of chicken beef flavor rice-a-roni with probably a big ass side of macaroni and cheese. Homemade.
You just turn your jacuzzi into a big ass KFC bucket.
Literally, I would just invite people over and tell them to bring like the meat.
Yeah.
It's like a crock pot.
Literally, that's just, excuse my jambalaya. What is it? Lobster Fest or what is it that they do?
Yeah,
Crab-
jambalaya.
Yeah, jambalaya. And all that.
Is,
What he just said.
Crawdads.
There you
Like
go.
crawfish.
Crawdaddy.
Yep, crawfish, crawdads. Yeah, they have like 7 names.
Crawfish.
Hey boy,
Crawfish boy.
hey boy, you come over here, I'll show you how to catch some of them damn goddamn crawfish.
Yeah, that's why.
Jesus. No, that looks good. I've never had a real one where they got like straight up butcher paper and there's like pieces of corn and the andouille, however you say it, sausage.
Imagine
and
cleaning it though, like all the burnt rice on it though, just like, oh, that's a bitch. Because cleaning with burnt rice already is a bitch. So cleaning that would be, I would just throw it away.
Dude, it makes me think of that whole like cartoon back in the day. I think it was like Donald Duck used to dive into like pools
No,
of
no.
fucking money, like coins and
you
shit.
just fucked up Scrooge McDuck.
Whatever, same shit.
Scrooge,
Wait, Scrooge was a
motherfucking.
duck?
Yeah.
What? I always thought Scrooge was the character who played on the date. What is it? Christmas Carol movie?
Because. Yeah, Uncle Scrooge.
Yeah, it was Donald Duck's uncle.
Yeah, so.
Snap.
Darkwing Duck was in the same universe of Duck People Worlds.
See, I think I
Yeah.
watched the wrong movie because I was in
DuckTales.
continuation school.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what you're thinking.
DuckTales.
Huey, Louie, and
Oh,
Dewey.
DuckTales.
And they
Okay.
lived with Uncle Scrooge, who had the money pit.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I
hey,
mean.
I actually watched this weird video about people who like do facts and stuff about. They straight up took all these images of how you can see the dimensions of his money pit, and they're trying to see how much money he technically does have. They did all this math on different versions, like from the comic book.
I think I've
Nice.
seen that.
There's one where some like the Beagle Boys, whatever they are, they steal all of his money, and he's at the bottom of the pit, and you see the ladder. So they straight up are like, this is how many measurements, and then you add in the perspective, we can estimate that his thing. But either way, whatever versions like they broke down, he is by far like 3 trillion times richer than any character.
Yeah, but I mean, that's
in
the thing.
fiction
In
ever.
that cartoon, you see him
It's crazy.
diving into all of that money, into those coins and shit. And you got to think, if you did that shit in real life,
No,
you'd die. You would die. It would hurt. Like.
Okay, so a
So
hot
like
tub filled with coins, like you get.
Painful, bro.
Oh my
Painful.
God.
More like a hot tub full of Jello.
This is how bad it is that you can't dive into it. You sit. We all okay.
We have
All
to
of us
literally
sit in it
there.
and get filled up like a Fear Factor thing. We
Oh,
probably
God.
couldn't get out.
So you're saying like a hot tub full of cockroaches?
No.
You just
money.
said Fear Factor.
Like money. Like
Oh yeah,
you know how
because
you
in
sit
Fear
in-
Factor they're gonna make you sit in a hot tub full of money.
Okay. Do you not get the reference? It's like where you sit in the thing in the tank or whatever, and then they add the things like cockroaches. But I was saying in this scenario, do it with money because you can't go into a hot tub of money.
I see where you're
So
going.
if everyone's sitting already, and then you just add it, and we're like up to
So
our necks, I bet
make
we
it
wouldn't be able to
make
get
it
out.
to where like it's a hot tub, and it's got like a few million in that hot tub that they poured in it, right?
Of coins.
Yeah, and the contest is whoever.
Keeps their pants on the.
Who-
Oh.
No, whoever's in the hot tub last, whoever lasted the longest, you know,
With their pants on.
pants on, off, it don't fucking matter. Who cares? The whole object is to be last man standing.
Pants off.
You could go either
Pants off.
any way you want to go.
I'm
Well,
down. My
but yeah,
opinion's
but
down,
like
but
if
I'm
you
down.
win,
Oh,
if you win, you get however much money is in that hot tub.
Now all these coins gonna be half dollars or quarters? Because if they're nickels, dimes, and pennies, I probably.
It
won't
doesn't
do
fucking
it.
matter. It's a hot tub with like $5 million in it.
It's gonna be
Okay, that I'm
pennies,
down for.
Yeah.
and we add the water aspect. So now you get this dirty rust going all.
Oh shit! So you're saying like fill it with all the coins and then dump a whole bunch of water in it?
hot water. So it's.
Oh,
Oh
bro!
God, no.
Oh, that is fucking
It's like
terrible.
a zombie virus waiting. to
Yeah, nah, I'm not about
down.
all that shit. Fuck, bro. Took it to a whole different level.
Yes. I'm still blending Fear Factor now.
Got to get me ready to go like stay in a fucking Costco.
I feel like that's like a
God.
Zombieland 3 movie. Like
Mm-hmm.
2's already out. Pitch the idea. Talk to him.
I've actually pitched a few different
Costco
ideas
would
on
be
here.
the place to be.
We have established that is pretty fucking solid. I agree with you guys. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, we
Now-
should.
I don't know, but I would just feel like maybe, what is it, kernels would turn into popcorn in that hot tub, and then we'd just watch a big movie. Like, what was that movie you had told me earlier?
Oh yeah, I just watched Ready or Not.
There you go. That's badass. A killer bride running around killing people. In self-defense, though, right? I'm sure. I'm not going to ask any questions.
Yep,
anymore
because you're not gonna get any
Yeah, we're not
answers.
gonna tell you anything.
Because I haven't seen it yet.
We're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Right.
But I will go home and watch it. I promise you that.
Yes,
Absolutely.
the big time recommendation.
That was very inspiring.
So we've run over our time a little ways, so I think we're going to
Hit us with one of your stoner thoughts.
one of my stoner
Instead
thoughts.
of doing a whole bunch, let's do one fun
All
one
right,
we can discuss.
I will do
And
one
then-
stoner thought. Let me see
And then
here.
we'll do. You have the next week's topic that we'll go through.
What do I want to do on this one?
So you hit us up on Facebook, CannaBase Radio Show. We can get in there with some comments, leave
All right.
us some topics.
Here's one fact: lasagna is spaghetti flavored cake.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, God, that just hits my heart. I feel like I'm the Garfield of drag. I don't care. I will take a tray of lasagna over anything.
Tears of pasta. That
I feel like that
Right.
sometimes.
Let's see.
it's like when you get a nice little clump of like the ground beef or something. You're like, ooh, it's a flower. Like you get the rose.
All right. Here's one. If life is unfair to everyone, doesn't that make life fair?
True.
Mm.
I see that as true, yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of deep.
Yeah, we went there, folks.
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna draw this episode to a close. So
But you had next week or next episodes.
next
We had a good one. I forgot because probably like 2 months later,
Yeah, right. I'm like running through this fucking tablet like I know where I'm going.
We got this. We are hella organized, y'all.
Yes, super
Alright, guys, so just a quick
organized.
question before we close. Can I do like some shameless plugging?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
absolutely.
follow me guys on Instagram. I believe it's Eva La Diva, and also on Facebook it's Eva La Diva, and then on Twitter it's nymphomaniac48 at gmail.org. And yeah, pretty much that's it. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks for coming on, too.
Yeah, so stay tuned for another episode where on our next episode we're going to talk hallucinogenic music. I think that's going to be a really good topic.
Yeah, nice ones to help you vibe.
Absolutely.
You know, vibe out when you're kind of tripping.
Absolutely. So, like always, from all of us here at CannaBase Radio Show, stay lit, and remember, when you're in love, there are no wrong holes.
Very true. I agree with that.
Good night, everybody.
That
Good night.
Nostril.